Good morning, everyone. It's Sal, Stretford Post. How you doing? And welcome to another episode of Breaking Dawn. I hope you're doing good. Hope you're doing fine. Hope everyone is blessed on this perfect Thursday morning. Of course, guys, we're here live in color for you guys. Hope you're all doing well. Hope everyone is blessed. Please, before I start, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, smash a like on the video, all that jazz. That'd be absolutely lovely. It would be lovely. What's not so lovely at the moment is Manchester United. Of course it's not. It's horrible at the moment. It's probably the worst it's been. I mean, goodness me. We always reach new bars. We reach new levels, don't we, guys? We really do. And no thanks to the owners. Now, the owners of Ineos and Glazers have been put under enormous pressure this last 24 hours with Twitter going absolutely crazy. Twitter X going absolutely crazy in regards to the club is broken hashtag. Guys, hashtag the club is broken. United is broken. Hashtag. Guys, 1958 put out a hashtag yesterday and it went absolutely crazy and it went to the top of the viral charts, guys. Absolutely brilliant. Now, how do we go from there? Where do we go from there? Now we got the viral. We got it at the top. Where do we go from there? Now, my idea is this. There's no point Man United chanting and singing and shouting, right? This is why I would say if we do the chanting and singing and shouting, and then you go into Old Trafford, there's no point doing that. Unfortunately, but unfortunately, that's never going to happen. And we could do the chanting and we could do the shouting, and I hope it works. And I congratulate every single person that does it because obviously, it's better than nothing. It's better than sitting down and doing nothing. Now, what has filled me with a little bit of enthusiasm is that there is a lot more unity in regards to this protest. And the protest counts on Twitter as well, guys. It's not just going outside Old Trafford and shouting and screaming. Everyone plays their part all around the world. Everyone can play their part. United is broken. Everyone plays their part, guys. And you can make a difference, even if it's just a hashtag. You may think you're a small voice, guys. You may think you're a small voice. Listen, guys, it takes one mosquito to keep up a human being. You know what I mean? At night, one. Right, there you go. And we all know about that. So you can make a voice, you can make a stand, and you are as important as every single one in the world in regards to Man United. What is there, 1 billion Man United supporters out there? Shouldn't we have 1 billion hashtags out there? That's what we should have at the end of the day, guys. That's how it should be. And we should carry on fighting a good fight and get the Glazers and get Ineos out this football club. That's what we need. Get them out. I'm looking forward to seeing Ineos' reaction because Ineos, of course, Jim Ratcliffe said himself, wow, if I wasn't wanted anymore, if I had as much pressure as the Glazers have had, I would leave. Leave. Here you go, guy. Here you go, Jim. There's your coat. On you go, mate. Sayonara. Leave. And that is what it is at the end of the day, guys. And they are under enormous pressure at the moment. And so they should be. So they should be. They have absolutely messed up almost everything they've done so far, guys. Wasting 50 million on sacking managers. Ashwood sacked him. Brought him in. Cost a lot of money to bring him in. They sacked him. Made loads of staff. Thousands of staff. Redundant. Unbelievable. And, I thought it couldn't get any worse with the Glazers, but it quite obviously has. You know what I mean? It's like, how low can you go? How low can you go? You know what I mean? I should get a bar. How low can you go? Gyms like this, how low can you go? It's crazy. But I'm glad the United fan base is on the same page. And many of them, there are some of them idiots out there who are still supporting them. They are idiots, by the way. I don't know whether they're very dim or they just got a love affair with the guy, or they're bots. I don't know. But yeah, they are pretty dim if you're backing Ineos. Now, let's get in some news about transfers. I know it's all spin, but I wanted to get some news about transfers in regards to certain players that Man United have been linked to. Now, it does look unlikely that Man United are going to make any business this window. It doesn't look likely that is going to happen. As predicted many weeks ago, that is not going to happen. It most likely won't, but we hope that they might do something. When you look at the Manchester United and you look at what they've done in the January transfer windows over the last 10 years, this is absolutely disgraceful. And you look at what Man City do. Man City slapped down 200 million when they were sixth, and they thought it's not going so well, 200 million. There you go, guys. According to various outlets, Manchester United see Juventus star Kenan Yildiz as a leading candidate to replace Bruno Fernandes. Now, Bruno Fernandes is expected to leave Manchester United, having become disillusioned by the continuing sacking of managers and the reset of the process. Of course, the reset of the process again. Of course, it is understood that the Red Devils are monitoring Yildiz's contract talks with Juve, which are ongoing at the moment. These talks have been ongoing for several months because of a disagreement with the wages. Now, this is key, and Man United have made a first approach in regards to that to Kenan Yildiz's entourage, his agents and stuff like that. This is something to play by ear. Ben Jacobs has also reported that Manchester United has initiated steps to add Kenan Yildiz to their squad. The report specifies that the English club is willing to pay 100 million euros for the Turkish international player and is increasing its efforts to the transfer to happen as soon as possible. So Kenan Yildiz, of course, one of the most sought-after, talented players in Europe. Surely not Man United are going to get Kenan Yildiz. I mean, if they got him, fabulous. Well played. If they got him. But, guys, we're not going to be gaslighted. We're not going to be manipulated. We need to put the pressure on, and we need to keep the pressure on. These are great. We're linked to these great players. It's absolutely fantastic. But we're not going to be manipulated, and we're not going to be gaslighted. Now, speaking of talks, Manchester United have begun talks already about the managerial position in the summer. Manchester United are said to have planned various interviews with different candidates about the potential managerial full-time position in the summer. It is known that Michael Carrick does not want the job full-time, even if Manchester United qualify for the Champions League. Michael Carrick sees himself as a coach and a coach only, and does not want to jump into management quite yet. Manchester United have apparently earmarked Luis Enrique as the main target for the managerial position. Alongside Luis Enrique, there are the likes of De Zerbi. And De Zerbi is another one that Manchester United are very, very interested in. Of course, the rumblings about Gareth Southgate will rumble on. Manchester United have debunked the Gareth Southgate rumours by saying that he is not on the list and we are not interested in Gareth Southgate. I know. Why would we believe Ineos? Why would we do that? The thing with Ineos, and let me tell you this about Ineos. The thing with Ineos is that they look at the social media. They've seen the backlash. They've seen that people put two and two together, right? And they thought, okay, Steve Holland, Jonathan Woodgate are all close with Gareth Southgate. So quite obviously, the fans are going to come to that assumption, and that is a pretty obvious one, which is, I don't blame them, because at the end of the day, we've been hearing about Gareth Southgate for about a year. Even before Ruben Amorim came in, we were hearing about Gareth Southgate, weren't we? We were hearing about him, and we were like, no. And as soon as we started going, no, we don't want Gareth Southgate, they pulled the plug on it. Do you remember? And all the rumours about Southgate sort of diluted. Maybe they thought, okay, let's give it a time now, and let's give it time, and then we're gonna reapproach Southgate in the future when we got no money. You know what I mean? So, guys, I don't think it's going to happen with Southgate. I think they are very, very concerned about the backlash from the United fans and the annoyance that would bring, of course, the United fans. But just to recap, guys, Juventus, Kenan Yildiz, Man United are leading the candidate for Kenan Yildiz at the moment. With his contract negotiations ongoing, which have been going on for several months due to a disagreement, Man United have pounced in regards to this and are inquiring about the possibility of acquiring Kenan Yildiz. Of course, guys, of course. Guys, now another player, another one. Broken record time. Rewind. Can I get a rewind? Can I get a rewind? Carlos Baleba. Now, Carlos Baleba, of course, Manchester United, spoke to Manchester United entourage in October, agreed to go to Manchester United, very interested to go to Man United. Man United have not agreed a deal yet with Brighton Hove Albion. But Manchester United have said that they are going to kick the ball down the road in regards to Baleba. It won't be this month. Surprise, surprise. Waiting for Cilla Black to come up. No, they won't be this month. It will be in the summer. Man United is still very interested in Carlos Baleba, but this will not happen now. It will happen. If it does happen in the summer, Manchester United will be looking at bringing in Carlos Baleba. But right now, of course, the convenient argument is we've got the interim manager and we're confused about the future. They played a blinder here, guys. They played a blinder. Ineos played a blinder, mate. Strofe, mate, played a blinder, mate. They played a absolute blinder. Let me tell you. Yeah, couldn't give a castle full for anyone else. They have, because now they got the excuse. We got Ineos, we got the interim thing going on, we got all that going on, and we got, it's a lot of things that we don't know what's going on in the summer, do we? Really, we don't know what's going on. So we can't really jump to anything and start spending clothes. I can't buy my missus a dress if I don't know she's going to be my wife in the blah, blah, blah. Yeah, you know what I mean? And it's all this nonsense, do you know what I mean, at the end of the day. Now, speaking of transfers, one that make you happy. Diego Dalot is subject of a €30 million fee away from Man United, transfer away from Manchester United. Apparently, sources in Portugal say that Diego Dalot could leave Manchester United, with a number of clubs in Portugal, Italy, and Spain interested in the services of Diego Dalot. Now, Diego Dalot, of course, is one of the scapegoats in the Man United team. I wouldn't call him a scapegoat. I think he's useless. But I would say he's a bit of a passion merchant, and I think he needs to be sold, and respect to him. Just bantering, guys. Just respect to him. But what apparently, according to various sources, Diego Dalot could be leaving Manchester United this summer. Guys, now look, 30 million, I'll snap your hand off for 30 million, guys. I really would. I'll take your hand off for 30 million if we got that for Diego Dalot. But Diego Dalot could finally leave Manchester United. What a turn up for the books that would be, guys, if he managed to leave. Speaking of leaving, Harry Maguire is subject of a move to either AC Milan or Lazio. Apparently, according to Italian sources, Scudetto della Sport, Maguire is interested in going to Italy to see out his final years as a footballer. He is, of course, 30 years old. And he will be going to Italy at the twilight of his career, to be honest with you. It is understood that there are various clubs who are interested in Harry Maguire. Harry Maguire, of course, his contract expires. Will be leaving the football club, I believe, on a free, if I'm not wrong. If we don't trigger the year contract, I think he's on a free in the summer. So he will be leaving, and he will have his pick and choose what football club he wants to go. I think AC Milan will be a great fit for him, because I don't know if you see that AC Milan Maguire meme that goes around where it puts him in a Paolo Maldini haircut and everything like that. I don't know if you've ever seen that, but yeah. So Harry Maguire to Italy is a possibility that could happen, guys. Now, we were hearing a lot about Real Madrid this week, wasn't it? About standards at Real Madrid, about this at Real Madrid, that at Real Madrid. Real Madrid lost to Albacete yesterday. Last night, they lost to second division Albacete. You see, guys, in football, you don't know what's going to happen. Anyone can lose against anyone, of course. Standard FC merchants. We're talking about Man United. Oh, Real Madrid will never do that. Man Madrid do that. They lost to Albacete yesterday. You see how football can twist and turn, guys. You have to be humble in football, guys. You really do have to be humble in football, and you have to, understand that the ball is round, and anything can happen at any given moment. Of course. Now, guys, but away from that, back to Manchester United. João Gomez, we know about João Gomez, a 24-year-old centre midfielder who currently plays for Wolverhampton Wanderers, is being monitored again by Manchester United, Monitor FC, of course, and Napoli. According to Court of Side sources, Man United feel that he could be the perfect replacement for Casemiro at the club. Man United have been tracking him intensively since the summer, and their scouting reports have been overwhelmingly positive. According to the Record as well, in Portugal, a respected outlet in Portugal, Manchester United would be willing to buy João Gomez for around €50 million. Flamengo, which is the Brazilian side, is monitoring the negotiations with João Gomez between Manchester United and Wolverhampton. When selling João Gomez to Wolverhampton in 2023, Flamengo kept a 10% rights of the player. So they get some monies. So I'm sure they are very, very interested in this deal because they're going to get a bit of money for that. So I hope they're probably wishing that, you know what, the more the merrier for them, of course, guys. Now, Manuel Ugarte. Now, of course, Manuel Ugarte is not worked out for Manuel Ugarte. He's only a 24-year-old, by the way. Manuel Ugarte, he's still quite young. But there's the central midfielder, CDM, which was purchased a couple of years ago for Manchester United. Very excited about the sign. I think a lot of people were. His stats-wise, he was ball recovery and stuff. He was absolutely incredible. But Manuel Ugarte has been the subject of significant speculation regarding his departure. And it's not least now. But sources outgoings are unlikely at the moment, and he's about to remain at the football club this month. However, there is interest in Turkey, and this could be revisited in the summer. Obviously, with all the nonsense that's going around Man United at the moment, there's going to be no outgoings now. Every outgoing is going to be most likely in the summer. Man United will not let go of any players now. They won't. Because obviously we're not bringing any in. Of course, guys, until we bring some in, we can't do that, guys. Fabrizio Romano has also confirmed that Manchester United are very much open to selling Manuel Ugarte. He's struggling to save his career at the club, United, while considering how much they can recoup from the €50 million price tag, which we paid for him, actually. And but this could be revisited in the summer. Ertan Suzgun, guys, according to Ertan Suzgun, the Turkish outlet, Man United's position on the Manuel Ugarte has become less firm, and they could let him leave on a temporary basis as well. However, Manchester United would only do that if somebody comes in, which it doesn't look likely. Of course, guys, let me just say hello to the community. I hope you're all doing well. Welcome to the stream, guys. I hope everyone is good and everyone's blessed. Don't forget to smash a like, guys. If you could do that for me, if you could smash a like, that'd be absolutely fantastic. Let's get the likes up. Let's get it on. But one more little bit of news. I spoke yesterday about Edison Castillo. Of course, the LDU Quito Ecuadorian player, very, very talented player, is also wanted by Bayern Munich, Manchester United, guys. But a little bit of news here. The youngster Edison Castillo was expected to join Manchester United. He has now gone to Barcelona on trial. Now, we spoke about Edison Castillo, right? And we spoke about him being next one of the best up-and-coming midfielders. Barcelona got him on trial. Why did we not bring him on trial? Why not? You know, now we're going to most likely miss out on Edison Castillo, of course, guys. We're going to most likely miss out on him. Unfortunately, guys. Unfortunately, of course. Unfortunately. News in regards to Bruno Fernandes. It is getting a little bit curious in regards to Bruno Fernandes. It does look like he will be leaving Man United. I do think he's going to leave Man United in the summer. Bayern Munich has emerged as top contenders for Bruno Fernandes' signature. I think that would be a good move for Bruno Fernandes in the Bundesliga at 31 years old. Just like Harry Kane went to Bundesliga, absolutely smashing it at the moment. He is very, very, very interested in going to Bayern Munich. Manchester United don't want to do the deal, but may be forced to, guys, with the money that is going to be offered, which is in the region of €80 million, which they feel can be reinvested into the team for the likes of Kenan Yildiz, of course. So Man United are looking to move forward in regards to these players, of course. And in particular, Bruno Fernandes, who, guys, has been a fantastic signing for Man United over this last 12 years. Of course, we haven't quite won what we wanted to win with him, but it's just the way the cookie crumbles, of course, guys. Absolutely, of course, guys. Big up everyone, guys. Big up everyone. Hope you're all doing well. Welcome to the stream, guys. Good morning, Sanjay. Hope you're well. Good morning, David. Hope you're well. Good morning, Kula. Hope you're well. Big up, Kula. Hope you're well. We will have Ahmad and Bromo team for the City match. Thank goodness we needed them. If we had them a couple of weeks ago, Ruben Amram would still be in a job. Maybe if he didn't open his mouth. Was roping Morocco lose yesterday so that Mazraoui could be back? Mazraoui, Kula would not be back even if Morocco lost. And let me tell you why. They are going to the third place playoff on the weekend, mate. No one's coming back. If Morocco lost, they're still staying to the weekend. The third place playoff, Kula. David, Mazraoui won't be back. He's going to play in exactly there, David. David's on the ball. Big up, David, of course. Guys, There are people on X saying that this is a United lineup under Carrick. Can you believe they have Shaw at left back and O'Donoghue, Dalot as right back? Well, that's what you get, don't you, when you get that's what you get with different managers with different ideas. They have different plans, they have different ideas, of course, and that's what it is. Morocco won that penalty shootout. Yes, they did, convincingly. Neil, Sal, do you think Ineos will sell if we are relegated? No, they won't. And I'll tell you why they won't sell if Man United are relegated. It's simple. They will just strike up more sponsorship deals. They will go to Saudi Arabia. They will arrange friendlies like we do now. And they will recoup the money that they lost. It's as simple as that. Man United being relegated is not a problem for them. It's not the best of things, but it's not a big deal for them because they can still make back the money. They can compensate for the money that they've lost by creating sponsorship deals, by going to Saudi Arabia and things like that, of course. Selling their best players, for example. And above all that, Man United will sell out at Old Trafford. They will sell the ground out. And if you scroll back, I know many people weren't there. I weren't there. And of course, when Man United got relegated before, a lot of the Man United fan base said that was probably one of the best periods around Man United. They enjoyed being in the second division or Division 1 at that time, guys, League 1 at that time. They enjoyed it being in the Championship at that time, which was Division 1 back then, or Division 2. They enjoyed it. And this is the thing. Man United will buy season tickets. Man United will buy tickets. Man United will buy merchandises. Man United will see it as an opportunity. Man United fans will say, yeah, look, you know what? We're going to witness this in the Championship for the first time in our lives. We may never see this again, And that's what happens. And that's why we are our own worst enemy, because we will still buy season tickets. We will still buy merchandise. Saudi Arabia, they'll go to Saudi Arabia, arrange a couple of friendlies in Saudi Arabia, maybe strike up a partnership deal with someone or something like that, build an apartment and something like that. And this is precisely why they want the Regeneration project. This is why we were campaigning to stop this Regeneration project, because what matter what happens to Man United, right? If they've got that Regeneration project, they're sorted, guys. Hotels, franchises, concerts, you name it, they've got it, guys, at the end of the day. And they're going to be forever milking Manchester United, of course, guys. Forever milking Man United. Good afternoon, good evening, good night. How you doing, David? Hope you're doing well. Good to see you, mate. Hope everything's best. Morning, Sal. Ineos and Glazers out. Full Sal only. Come on, my guy, David. Big up yourself. Oh, my bad. Penalty shootout. Yeah, David, they lost on the penalty shootout. I was very, 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 very disappointed with Nigeria yesterday. Congratulations to Morocco, by the way. Not taking anything from Morocco, but Morocco looked like the only team we were trying to win yesterday. There's a lot of Nigerians out there with the conspiracies about the referee. No. Nigeria were atrocious last night. I watched the game as a neutral. I watched the game and I felt that Nigeria were shocking. They didn't even try it. They didn't even go for it. I watched Nigeria against Algeria, and it was like two different ends of the spectrum, two different football teams. And Nigeria is one of my favorite teams, and they bottled it yesterday. I'm sorry, but they bottled it, and they did not play well. They can't throw out any excuses about the referee, because I felt the referee did all right yesterday. Renee, so AC Milan will fit him. Absolutely, guys, absolutely. Lowell posted a comment, as you said. Lowell posted the comment, as you said. Thank you so much, Mr. Renee. So you're a legend, my guy. You're a legend. Have you joined the petition, mate? Of course I have, man. Of course I have, Daz. Done it ages ago when it first came out. What petition? It's on my Twitter. I've tweeted it, David. It's on my Twitter, Stretford Post. Go and look at it. Check it out. Right. Sign the petition. No Glazers, no Ineos. We're tired of them. Morning, Sal, mates. Big up, Scott. How you doing, mate? Hope you're doing well. Good to see you, mate. Big up, Dan. How you doing? Hope you're doing well. Morning, Sal. After the disastrous 4-10 transfer window by Ineos, now the January transfer may even be worse. Your thoughts, Sal? You know my thoughts, Daz. Disgraceful, incompetent, manipulative, liars, and that's what I would say about that. I can't say it any more sweeter than that, guys. Absolutely disgraceful what they've done, and it's almost like clockwork. It's almost like it's been planned, because this has fallen right into their hands. They've played a blinder here, absolutely. And, the interim manager, we got an interim manager in charge. We don't know what's going to happen. Everything is all uncertain at the moment. It's up in the air at the moment. We don't know what's going on. Do you know what I mean? And this is exactly what they planned. It's so obvious. It's obvious. They didn't want to spend in this window. Ruben Amorim was putting pressure on them to spend, and they didn't want to spend. They'd rather sack Ruben Amorim and cost them less than buying a player. You know what I mean? It would cost them less than buying a player. They could have got Ruben Neves. I'm sure Ruben Amorim would have been happy with that. Do you know what I mean? But a pressure was being put on them that they needed to buy players, injuries, AFCON and stuff like that, Here we go. Piyush, I think if we got relegated, the Glazers will leave because the fans will actually do something. They won't, Piyush. They did it in 1974. They're not going to. They're going to sell out that football ground. Trust me. No one's going to let go of their season tickets. They're not going to leave. Man United being relegated. Let me just clear this up. Man United being relegated, listen to the experts, will not contribute to Ineos leaving Man United or Glazers leaving Man United. Let me tell you that. I know it 100%. They won't. And they're not going to be relegated anyway. It wouldn't help, mate. It would help small. Like, guys, you got to learn about business, you guys. Come on, guys. Sal, Albacete have eliminated Real Madrid. Absolutely, yes. You got to learn about what the Glazers are like, what the Glazers do, how they recoup money, how they make money. Relegation's a small amount of money. They can recoup that with a sponsorship deal and a selling of one of our best players. Done. They're still making money at Man United. They still got merchandise coming in. They still got money coming in. The only way for them to leave Man United, as it's always been, it's not getting relegated. It's for us to boycott. That's what it is. Hit them where it hurts. That's what we need to do. Morocco, the strongest African team at the moment. I agree. That's very strong. Yeah, and the way they're done. Sal, have you seen the petitions that sound like protesters are planned? What is the rumor on when they will demo? 1st of February, mate. 1st of February, before the game, they will demonstrate. I just planned it around the window, Daz. Yes, 100%. Sal, what's your view on Junior Nagelsmann? Nothing much. Don't rate him as highly as people rate him. Hasn't really done wonders at Germany. I think he's okay. He's not. I don't even think he's better than Amram. No, plays free at the back sometimes as well. Won't be relegated though. We won't be relegated though. It's a non-starter. There's too many poor teams in the Premier League for Man United to be relegated. Look at Wolves, for example. You know how many points they've got, and Man United won't be relegated. Man United got too many good players, and Man United will always invest sporadically on the team. To keep us at a level. Like I said yesterday, Man United will invest the minimum to get us to the maximum. So that's what they're doing at the moment. That is their business plan. Man United being relegated, cross it off your mind. Man United being relegated will not get rid of the Glazers and Ineos. It will not, right? Man United will get promoted straight away and it will be back to square one. It won't happen. It won't happen. The only way it's going to happen if Man United go into the abyss, into the League One, into the League Two, into the National League for many, many, many years. Leeds United got relegated. People got relegated, but, they're not out of business, are they? They didn't lose their owners and things, So I would say that they will recoup money in a different way, guys. They will recruit money in a way that they know. You know what Ineos are like. Look at what they're doing at the moment. What are they doing at the moment? They're creating friendlies in Saudi Arabia because that's going to make them a lot of money. Because now, look what's happened. We've only got 40 games this season. So 40 games is the lowest game tally that Man United have had since 1913-1914 season. And they're in line to miss out on millions. What do? Saudi Arabia. There you go. Scott, Sal, you're right. They just do enough to stay out of relegation. They will do enough. They will get in Europe. They will get in the Europa League sometimes, or win the FA Cup sometimes, win the League Cup. But to get Man United to that next level, they're going to have to spend $1 billion of their own money and get Man United to that and splash money. The thing that they don't want to do, they don't want to splash money because what needs to be done at this moment in time is that we need to bring in player, doesn't work, get rid of him. Bring in another one, doesn't work, get rid of him. Bring in another one, doesn't work, get rid of him. It was never about the manager, and it was never about sacking the manager. It's about the players. Bring in a player, that doesn't work, we get in another one. But they can't do that because they're broke. Apparently, in their head, they're broke. Even though Jim Ratcliffe was about to purchase Chelsea for $4 billion. And where did that money go at the end of the day? Let's not forget, we got $60 million for Semenyo. We were about to sign that check, weren't we, for Semenyo? Where's that money gone? There you go, guys. Not manipulated by these guys. Ineos should give us the power to Luis Enrique if he agrees to join us. Yeah, he should give all the power to Luis Enrique. If I was Luis Enrique, before I came to Man United, exactly that. The first thing, I said it yesterday, the first thing I would do if I was Luis Enrique, I would say I want full control over the team. I want full control over, I want a say and an influence on transfers. Not full control, of course, because there's a director of football, and a director of football needs to do his thing, of course. But I would say that, on that contract, the stipulation on that contract, I want full control of the football team. That's it. I pick the tactics, my tactics stick, and that's what it is, guys, absolutely. And I am the manager of the football team, and that's it. Luis Enrique is a fabulous manager, won the Champions League. I don't think he needs anyone to tell him what to do. He knows what to do. And Luis Enrique did it at a budget. He didn't go out there and buy Galacticos. He built a team. He developed players. You know, he was buying players from Monaco and places like that. Do you know what I mean? He built a team. He didn't just go out there and buy the Neymars and the Messis and obviously the Mbappes. He got rid of those players. People are saying, oh, now PSG are going to struggle. PSG, I mean, with Mbappe, they couldn't win the Champions League. You know what I mean? There you go. And he won them the Champions League. It gives you an example how it is, what you have to do to build a team, innit? It's not just all about Galacticos signings and things like that. You know, it's not just about that. But you know what? Many people are desperate. We want the Glazer. I know we want the Glazer. I want the Glazer. I want Ineos out. And we're trying, guys. We're trying. You know, what I would say is this. We can, step by step. I'm interested to see, because I haven't seen it yet, the reaction from Ineos in regards to these protests, because no one's protested about Ineos at the moment. They protested about the Glazers. This is the first time that Ineos are going to be called out. Some may say well overdue. I've said it a long time ago. This is the first time that Ineos are going to be called out. And I think it's fabulous. Brilliant. Let's see how they react to this. Jim Ratcliffe said that Jim Ratcliffe, not the Glazers, Jim, said that if I'm not wanted, he will leave. Now, the key is here, guys. We need to get Jim out. Why do we need to get Jim out? We need to get Jim out because Jim is a facilitator. He's a life support machine for the Glazers, even to this day. He's a big part of the Regeneration project. He's contacts with the government, etc., for example. And if he leaves, it's a financial source taken away from Glazers. Their responsibility becomes much, much higher. And this is exactly the situation before Ineos took charge of the football club. They couldn't afford the regeneration. They couldn't afford the rebuilding the squad. Here it comes, and they couldn't afford the debt. Here comes old Jim to save him. And that's what happened. I want Wilcox gone, Edwin van der Sar in. That would be lovely, Daz. It would be lovely. He got big respect for Edwin van der Sar. He's got his head screwed on. Very good guy. Luis Enrique will become Enrique Iglesias for join us. Julio Iglesias. Not even Enrique Iglesias, Julian Iglesias. Absolutely. Yeah, look, you know, everyone that comes to Man United is pretty evident that they decline. That's to do with the culture and the mentality at football club, which Ruben Amorim was trying to change. Now we got Michael Carrick. I respect Michael Carrick. Michael Carrick is a fabulous player, but I don't think Michael Carrick has the authority to change that squad. I don't think he would do it. I think that these players will be let off the hook, unfortunately. And but I wish Michael Carrick all the best. As ever, I'm going to be supporting Man United, as I always do, guys. But I will be against the owners. I'm Glazers out. I'm Ineos out. I probably was that from the start, because Man United always needed a full sale. Man United needed Glazers out. Thank you so much for those Ineos facilitators, those people who are backing Ineos religiously. And we all know who they are, who haven't done the hashtag. My theory is this, right? We've been calling out Ineos and we've been calling out the Glazers for a very long time. A lot of people are doing it, and we all know who they are starting to call out the Glazers now because it's popular on Twitter and X. That's why they're doing it. They're trying to save face. We know who they are. We know who they're trying to save face. And to be honest with you, because they know that Ineos have been an absolute epic failure so far. Epic failure. One thing's for sure, Enrique isn't like any other manager to yes, sir, Wilcox. Rather, it will be got into an argument. Yes, sir, how many Champions League have you won with Blackburn Rovers? League titles, quadruples? He won one league title. He did. In 1995, because I was watching the games of Blackburn Rovers. Yeah, in 1995, in the last day of the season, we couldn't beat West Ham, and they beat Liverpool. They lost to Liverpool, but it still won the league. Guys, but what I would say is that he has nothing, he has no leg to stand on with Luis Enrique. Luis Enrique is a legend, right? Luis Enrique is a footballing legend, not only a managerial legend at the moment, won a Champions League. He is a footballing legend. He won the first Champions League for Barcelona in 1992, right? This guy is an absolute beast when it comes to what he's done in his career, He's won the Champions League with PSG, completely transformed that club. They were trying to win the Champions League, and they won it with him. You know what I mean? At the end of the day. Albie, you absolute legend. Thank you for coming a member. I know you were a member. It's okay. Thank you so much for your support. I really appreciate you. You are absolute legend. All your support for the channel goes towards the channel, and I really appreciate it. Thank you so much for your generosity. You're an absolute diamond. Thank you, Albie, as usual. Of course, you're absolute magnificent person. Revert. Good morning, Sal. I just saw your email to Andy Burnham. Well said. Thank you so much, Revert7. Yeah, look, we need to hit them at all different angles, guys. So we got obviously the petition, and I'm hitting them at the mayor side. The one thing the mayor has to do is listen to the people of Manchester, right? One thing the mayor has to do. Now, guys, people are saying, oh, Sal, you live in the UAE. What are you talking about? I'm born in England. I'm from the UK, right? At the end of the day, these people think planes don't exist and people don't go away to work and things like that. People are crazy. Maybe they don't know about that. A bit dumb. But anyway, what I would say is that, yeah, I'm trying to hit them from all different angles. And with obviously the mayor thing, I posted that. And then lo and behold, 1958 done the petition. Thank you, guys. I took it upon myself. Lots of people were abusing me, saying this and that and this. I don't care. This is democracy. We do what we want to do. This is what I believe in. Ineos need to leave the football club. The Glazers need to leave the football club. And there you go, guys. Thousands and thousands of retweets, thousands of likes. Brilliant. Fantastic. Great. And it's not about that, but it's about spreading that word. And spreading that word, and the notifications hitting the mayor of Manchester non-stop. Notification. You know what I mean? In regards to it. Let's see what they do. Big up Revert7, though, you legend. Thank you, mate. Mark, Enrique will kick off any players who don't toe the line. The problem he'll have is Wilcox and Glenios gatekeepers for the Glazers. Yes, that is the biggest problem. Man United, I said it at the beginning when Ineos first walked into the football club. I said, Man United have got too many cooks in the kitchen. I think they've got too many people with big voices. Man United need to cut that down. Instead of sacking all those staff, the thousands of people on minimum wage, they need to sack some of these guys. There's too many of them. For what exactly? For what exactly do we need Wilcox and Barada and Vivell and Jim? Why do we need all those guys? How many people does it take to change a light bulb, for goodness sake? You know what I mean? We need a manager to make decisions who is backed by one guy, maybe. One guy who is not arrogant, egotistical narcissist, preferably. And that's what we need. Luis Enrique would like to have a word on his shoulder. Of course he would. Like, oh, we're looking at this player, we're looking at that player, we're scouting this player. What do you think about that player? That is what the DOF should do. What do you think about playing this style or bringing that player in? What do you think? I mean, I'm interested to know. That is what a DF should do. Not, you better play that formation next game, otherwise you're out of here. Get out of here. Get out of my pub. You're out of here. You know what I mean? That is what it seems like. Do you know what I mean? It's like, it's a dictatorship more than like a push in the right, all pushing in the right direction. All pushing towards one direction. They're all pushing towards one direction. They're not. It's a dictatorship at the moment. It comes across as a dictatorship. You say one thing about me, you're out of here. You're out of here. What do you say, sir? What do you say, sir? Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir. You know what I mean? It's mad. Absolutely. Albie, hey, Sal, do you think Enrique would even be able to succeed? We all know nothing will charge higher. One thing is, Albie, one thing I would say about that, you're absolutely right. There's no guarantee that anyone is going to succeed in this ownership model. However, one thing we have to say is that what's going to give us the biggest chance to succeed? How are we going to succeed more likely? And the most likely scenario is a man like Luis Enrique coming in and succeeding. Man United are 5 players from being a competitive team in the league. They've got a decent strike force. They've got a decent attack in Bremo, Cunha, Sesko. They've got some good youngsters there. Obviously, Aiden Heaven, Lenny Yoro, Patrick Dorgu, obviously Shea Lacey coming through, Mantato coming through. They've got some good youngsters there. They still need about 4 or 5 signings of a kind of experience level in that team. And once, if Luis Enrique was granted that, I think Luis Enrique can do the best. He can do the best for us in our situation. Whereas if we get a weak manager, if we get a Southgate, or if we get a Carrick full time, I don't think Man United will ever push. Whatever. We have to think about what's going to be best for Man United. Just because, it's not a guarantee that they're going to be successful. It's nothing is, by the way. Doesn't mean that we don't go after them and put the pressure on Ineos and we put the pressure on Glazers to do it. Big up, Albie. He's gifted 1 membership. Thank you so much, Albie. You absolute legend. You're very generous and very kind. Thank you so much for your support of the channel. Absolute legend of Stretford Post. Of course, guys. Big up, Albie. Big up, Albie, the absolute diamond. Morning, Dave. How you doing? This is the type of news that I want to hear. We need Enrique. Good thing about him is that before he signs his contract, he'll make things clear about what he wants. I like to think so, Dave. I would like to think that he goes into that room and he says that, you know what? I want this. I'm taking charge of the football team. I pick the tactics. You can do the scouting, right? At the end of the day, you know, and we go on from there. You know what I mean? Yeah. So basically, if you ever heard of the song from Pet Shop Boys, I've got the brains, you've got the looks, let's make lots of money. Wilcox is like, I've got the brains, I've got the looks, let's make lots of money. That's basically what Man United are at the moment, right, with Wilcox. Wilcox needs to get his nose out and start scouting what he's there to do. Scout players, direct football, get some players, bring some players in, find some players and stuff like that. Do you know what I mean? And help the new manager. Help me to help you. Help me to help you. Help me to believe in you. Because I don't believe in you, mate. And you should be out the door. You know what I mean? You should be out the door. You know, absolutely. Like Sister Sledge. Was it Sister Sledge? Mark, employ a parrot with no teeth. He will succeed. Succeeds. There you go. Big up, Mark. You always cheer me up. Big up, Russell. Big up, Mark. Big up, my friend. You got to laugh sometimes in these moments of trials, of course, guys. You do. You have to smile whilst you still have teeth. That's what I would say. Smile while you still have teeth, as the parrot said. You know, I bet the parrot does wish he smiled a little bit more. Experienced managers like them always take things clear before they sign for top clubs. Issue with upcoming manager like Xavi Alonso is that they just they like the club. Yeah, like Xabi Alonso obviously tried to didn't stick to his philosophy at Real Madrid. He stuck to Real Madrid's philosophy and it fell flat on his face. Every single manager has his own style. Obviously, Xabi Alonso plays a 3 at the back. So Real Madrid don't. And it didn't work out for him because he tried to move to a 4 at the back. And this is exactly what we're talking about. You have your philosophy, you have your way of playing, you stick to that way of playing. Unfortunately, when you're a manager, unless you go out there and you look, I mean, Xabi Alonso's done very well at Leverkusen. You know, he's done very well. But when you're a young manager, you don't have as much power as an experienced manager, i.e. Luis Enrique will get in there. Not only Luis Enrique. I am shocked, though. What I would say, I'm shocked about Xabi Alonso because he's won a lot of things in his career. He won Champions League. He's done a lot of things in his career. You know, he's part of that very, very good, successful Real Madrid side, wasn't he? So I would say that, yeah, look, Luis Enrique won't take no crap. He won't take any of that. And, he will have it on his own terms. I'm sure of that, you know. I'm pretty sure that Luis Enrique won't walk in there and be dictated by Jason Wilcox and Berardi and Vivell, you know. He's a Champions League winner. He could just turn around to them and say, excuse me, but what do you know? I'm a Champions League winner. I won the Champions League with PSG, the first in PSG's history. Who are you? You know, that's what he can do, you know. Big up Tyro. Big up my friend. Dabizas. And now Real Madrid get called by a lower league team. Isn't it ironic, don't you think? Lawrence Morissette. West End Girls and the Pet Shop Boys was a top tune to 80s. Where it's like, yeah, great band. Yeah. I'm an East End boy, by the way. Absolutely. It's very rare that clubs get an opportunity to sign in top managers like Enrique. They should go all out for him in the summer. They should, mate. It does look like what we have to be careful of, Dave, is that obviously Enrique's not going to go to Real Madrid. He's a Barcelona man. So I heard someone say that the other day. No, he'll go to Real Madrid. The man played for Barcelona, mate. He's not going to go to Real Madrid. He loves Barcelona. Absolutely adores Barcelona. But let me just tell you a little story about Luis Enrique. You know, let me just tell you a little story. Luis Enrique started his career at Real Madrid and ended up becoming a Barcelona legend. There you go. So there is a possibility. He might go to Real Madrid, but he's more of a Barcelona legend. Real Madrid got rid of him. Of course, it's why he probably signed for Barcelona. Does look like Real Madrid may be looking at Jurgen Klopp. I think that'd be a brilliant signing for Real Madrid. I think it'd be a game-changing managerial appointment for Real Madrid. You know what I mean? Albie, would you leave Fernandes as a DM with Casemiro, or would you move him up? Move him up, mate, as a cam. Move him up. We got 3 up there. You know, we can rotate. We don't have to play everyone. Cunha can drop out. Ahmad can drop out, and Buemo can drop out. I would leave him there as a cam, mate. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, you know. Yeah, I would leave him there. Big up, man, them. Large up, Sal. I saw your tweets to the mayor and the people are chatting shit there. Yeah, mate, look, listen, man, then let me tell you something about being popular. When you get thousands of likes on a tweet and you get people, hundreds of thousands of people get 200,000 interactions, 500,000 interactions, right? When that happens, you're going to get people like that, mate. Ineos are panicking, obviously, because I've done it, because I've targeted the mayor of Manchester, right? And obviously, when you get thousands of interactions, 500,000, they're gonna listen. So obviously, all the Ineos minions and the Ineos bootlickers are gonna get defensive, and they're gonna do that. In everything in life, man, you're not gonna please everyone. You're gonna get attacked. You're gonna get attacked left, right, and center. I don't care. All those people there, a bunch of waste men. That's it. I don't care. How many people liked it? How many people have shared it? How many people retweeted it? Mark Goldbridge retweeted it. You know what I mean? You know, look, it's not about the numbers. It's about the quality. I don't care if I get the odd people, hundreds of people saying, no, sir, you're this, you're that. I don't care, mate. I really don't care. I care about my football club, not my personal ego, not my pride. I don't care. I've been through this so many times with these guys. They are the reason that we're in this position at the moment. They can't unite. They refuse to unite because they disagree with you. They can't go after a common goal. They can't see the wood from the trees. They can't see that the Glazers and Ineos are a problem because they supported them from the beginning. And they don't want to change their mind and made to look stupid because they were proven wrong. Like some of those content creators we spoke about, that man, them the other day, who are now saving face, writing United, United, the hashtag, now they're starting to do it. Now they're starting to go against themselves because they know, oh no, that's not the popular narrative. That's not the popular narrative. Oh no, oh my God, I better start saying Glazers and Ineos out. And we know they're liars. Dabizaz, news is that Slot checks under his bed every night since Shabby left. He's better watch out. Shabby's about. Watch out. Shabby's about. If you never watch out, it's Shabby's about. Dun, 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 dun. Absolutely. You better watch out, mate. Absolutely. You better watch out because Shabby is about. And I guarantee he'll be at Liverpool with 3 at the back. 3 at the back. We're like Man United. We play 3 at the back. Absolutely. Mandem, why do people like to mention that Bruno be played deep? What have they seen from him that justifies being played deep? Put Bruno up there in the cam. He's a cam and he's nothing else. But obviously, it's a general question. It is interesting to see what's going to happen, Mandem, because obviously the Ugarte Casemiro thing's not really working out, is it? And obviously, maybe I would say play Mainu and Casemiro at this moment in time, or Mainu and Ugarte, one of those two. I think play one of those two at this moment in time. No AFCON for Salah. And he's staying until Sunday for the 3rd place playoff, and he's not coming home. Big up. I mentioned it as it gives me nightmares thinking of Mainu playing as a DM. Yeah. Big up SLD. Big up yourself. Well, so smash the like. Big up a bit likes the Mandem. Big up the Mandem minions. Big up yourself. Guys, where do I predict? Rasta, what's going on, my friend? Are we doing well? Where do I predict Man United will finish this season? 8th. When Ruben Amorim was in charge, I said 4th, 5th. Now it's 8th, 9th. Yeah, we could bring Carrick back. Mandem, let's bring him back. Carrick playing Cass. Oh, that would be great. I guarantee you, Mandem, I guarantee you can still do a job in there. Better than what we have. Right now, he's probably better than Mainu. You know what I mean? Guys, and Ugarte. In case the Mandem millions come at me, what are you attacking Mainu for? I'm not saying it as it is. Good to see you, Rasta. Big up. Yeah, I'm saying it as it is, but, what I would say, guys, is that it's going to be a very, very interesting scenario this season. What's going to pan out? There's going to be a lot of twists and turns. It doesn't get easy. It's Manchester City at the weekend, and then obviously we've got Arsenal after that. We've got Tottenham coming up as well. It's been a bit of a nemesis side as well, a bit of a bogey team for us recently. So there's no rest for the wicked. Man United have got a difficult time coming up, difficult period coming up. Michael Carrick is going to have to earn his corn. But one thing I urge, Michael Carrick, as apparently rumor has said that he don't want the job full time. He don't want it full time. So he wants to be a coach. He wants to build his way up, and that's fair play. And I respect Michael Carrick for that, by the way. I respect him. My respect went like that. When I heard these things, I already respect Carrick immensely. I've been to loads of games when Michael Carrick was playing. Absolutely underrated player. And Michael Carrick was the difference between England winning something and England not winning something, by the way. And I would say brilliant. Now, all the rumors about Man United speaking to managers at the moment is good if it's true. If we are starting the initial stages in regards to talking to Luis Enrique, starting to talking to De Zerbi and managers like that. Of course, it does depend on Ineos. It does depend on them because obviously what we've seen is that they are very, very soft in regards to taking criticism. They're very, very fragile in regards to taking criticism. It just takes a little bit of criticism for them to get crybaby and throw their rattles at their pram. What we've seen, evidently. Now, I would have thought that this best in class of Wilcox, of Ravel, of Barada would be a little bit more thick-skinned. Do you know what I mean? Would be a little bit more, hardened by life. Say like, you know what? Like, all right, what's wrong? What's wrong, Ruben? What's wrong? What's going on? I heard the interview. What's going on, mate? What can we do for you, mate? What's going on? Oh, I need midfielder. He's probably done that, though. Ruben Amorim's probably done that, and they said, no, we're not going to get you anyone. We got no money. We got nothing to spend. Players have to leave for players to come in and all that nonsense. But where's the Semenyo money then? Oh, no, you're fired. You're fired. You know what I mean? Absolutely. If we beat or draw with City and Arsenal, so is it doing the famous Ferdinand and the Ole contract? Oh, God, don't. One thing don't do, guys. One thing don't do. Don't jump into a volcano and don't listen to Rio Ferdinand. Two things in your life don't do. Absolutely not. And that stands. Ferdinand, man. Since Carrick signed, suddenly the Mandem minions know every tactical details and the system he uses. They apparently say he's the best thing since sliced bread for the in-game management. Really? Is that all right? We'll see. That's fine. I hope he is. I really, he's got my full support. I don't care about what the Mandem minions think. He's got my full support. He's an intelligent lad. He's not one of them people who be screaming and shouting and disciplinarian. He's not one of them. He's a bit of a silent assassin. He was captain for Man United, so obviously he has a bit of leadership there going on, of course. And I wish him the best of luck. But the Mandem minions will be the Mandem minions. That's what they be. They contradict themselves every day. The Mandem minions contradicting themselves every day. That's going to be on the T-shirt. And that's what they are. Contradictions. Yeah, Rio Ferdinand, man, honestly. Legend at Man United, but boy, oh boy. That guy, honestly. The people he supports as well, some of our ex-players, can I be honest, guys? I'm going to say it like this. Rooney, Ferdinand, all our ex-players, the people they support, the people in the content creation business that they support the biggest prats in this circle of content creation. You know that? The biggest prats, and you look who they're supporting, it makes you go, wow, goodness me. Prats, absolute dickheads, honestly. SLD, Ferdinand Glazing Wilcott's disgraceful. Yeah, especially when it's a popular narrative not to. Yeah. He's got his best interest, isn't it? He's looking after conflict of interest, isn't it, SLD? It's a conflict of interest. He's looking after his own self. He wants those VIP passes. He wants those season tickets. He wants those tickets to the big games. That's what he wants. That's why he's not going to fall out with Glinios. And that's why he's doing it. Self-interest. Doesn't give a shit about the club. What we have to remember is that these guys growing up, including Rio Ferdinand, were never Man United fans, Sal, you watch when City score first, the fans will start chanting, "We want Glaze out." If we win, they won't sing along. Yeah, there's two things that are going to happen. Yeah, one is Man United lose, they're going to start singing, "We want Glaze out," so we want Glaze out. The next thing is, if we win, the them minions are going to come in and go, "Hold that! We told you, bro. We told you. I told you. Hold that! Hold that!" That's what's going to happen. Predictable, light as day. I can see it happening right now, guys. It's going to be, Rio hanging around dodgy what Steven said about foreign people, I would never forgive that. It was awful what he said about foreign people, and I will never forgive that. He's people support this guy, and he's an Ineos bootlicker as well. And a lot of these people, are only saying get him out of the football club because you know what, it's the popular thing to do so now. When we and many others were saying it for ages and ages, even Ruben Amorim was the manager, we were not talking about tactics. We were not talking about 4 out of 10 windows. Glazers and Ineos, they threw him in with the Sharks. They threw him into the fire. That's what we were talking about. Now, all of a sudden, you know what I mean? They're starting to do that because the hashtag is trending. You know what I mean? And that's why they're doing it. We were doing it before that. I wrote a letter to the mayor before the hashtag trended yesterday. Maybe I triggered something, I don't know, but the letter went viral. And maybe I triggered something. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe not. Morning, Sal. Morning, Sinead. How you doing? Hope you're doing well. Good to see you. He's supposed to be interested in the Crystal Palace job after Glasner or the Bournemouth job, I think. Who's that, Sinead? Who's that? Who are we talking about, Sinead? Hopefully Southgate. He can go to Crystal Palace. He's a Crystal Palace legend. I've lost you there, Sinead. Sorry. I'm a bit slow today. Went bed at 2 o'clock in the morning doing the AFCON and stuff. Dave, that's what amazes me, Rio. With Rio, he's a United legend, but he's acts like a lot of these people. Let me be honest, Dave, are ruining their legacy. I'll never see them same again. I have nostalgia. I think about Moscow, and I think about Rio Ferdinand. I think about the league titles. I have my good nostalgia memories, but they're no longer the same people anymore. They're not the same people. Gary Neville, the same treble and that. I remember in game. They're just not the same people anymore. They're different people, mate. I would say that. And I don't have the respect that I had for them. No, especially the people that they support. I guess they are just sidetracked us with mentioning top managers for the summer instead of concentrating on getting a CM in January. They've already done that with the interim. They've already got their excuse, LT. Their excuse is we're interim. Their excuse is now we've got an interim in charge. Our future is uncertain, so we're not going to sign any players. The excuse is already there. They've already got it. They don't need to make any other excuses up. I do believe they're talking to other managers at the moment. Whether they have to, because Michael Carrick doesn't want to be full-time manager. So they have to speak to other managers. Whether they get them or not is a completely different scenario, of course. Of course, what LT said there, European football is very important. Getting in the Champions League, at least the Europa League, does help. If we're not, Luis Enrique and the likes of Luis Enrique, will they go to Man United? Why would they go to Man United, There is a big risk when you come to Man United. Man United is a graveyard, for talent, and that's players and managers, Let's not pretend that before Eric Ten Hag came into the football club that we weren't all vying for Eric Ten Hag. Everyone wanted Eric Ten Hag. Everyone wanted Ruben Amorim. Few wanted Pochettino, but most of them wanted Ruben Amorim. Do you know what I mean? And because he was the right choice. He was the right choice. And unfortunately, every single up-and-coming good manager that comes to the football club just declines, doesn't it? Man United are an absolute shit show, and we run really badly. The cultural problem, mentality problem, structural problem, everything. There's a problem. Footballer problem, team problem, calamari problem. All these problems that are everywhere at the moment. Do you know what I mean? Beef Bully. Sal thinks we can. Sal, I think we can take Ancelotti, Southgate as Sol. So who's that? Solskjaer. No. Oh yeah. That could be a thing, Sinead. You're absolutely good point. That's a good point there. He did say he wants to manage at a lower level first and then build his way up. You know what? I respect that. You know how much I respect that? I'm so respected of that because Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, obviously, I love Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, but Ole Gunnar Solskjaer was like, you know, he wants to be Man United manager full time. You know what I mean? Like, not proven, you know. Neville Ferdinand, etc. They have football brains, but that's where it ends. That's it. They don't have an IQ. They don't. They really don't. The people that they hang around with, the people that they support, Rooney as well. The people that they support absolute clowns. Clowns. I'm telling you. You still think? Well, let's wait and see, Albie. Let's wait and see. I won't put past them. Gary Neville is a media whore. So are all of them. So is Ferdinand. So they all want a piece of the pie, don't they, with this social media? Spot on, Sal. I was even chatting with fans at the stadium, and most of them were calling out bullshit, Scholes, Rio, and Neville. And Rooney. I'm calling out Rooney now as well. Big up, Issa. Thank you so much. Really appreciate you. Really appreciate you. You're very kind. Thank you. I hope you're well. Yeah, we still need a CM. It's a disgrace again if Ineos let another window pass by. They are, mate. They are. Don't worry about that. I thought you meant Solskjaer. Not going to happen, Beef Bully. Not going to happen. Ancelotti at Man United will be a godsend. It depends what happens with Brazil, doesn't it? He's at Brazil at the moment. He's a Brazilian manager. Guys, I want to thank everyone again for joining me today. I really appreciate every single one of you. You're absolute legends. Not forget that. You are the reason. Thank you so much, guys. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Please don't forget to become a member like Albie, who's a member, of course, and absolute legend. And please don't forget to smash a like on the way out. We need to get to the 50 like threshold, please. And also get some more subscriptions going, guys. Let's move it up. Let's move this channel up. I believe we're the realest channel out there, guys. And we'll keep moving up and we'll keep calling the truth, guys. You know, absolutely. Absolutely. But thank you, everyone. Is Lee Gunner suing Glasner? Why would Lee Gunner sue Glasner? I know he had a problem with something going on with his channel. I don't know. But I don't know about suing Glasner. You mean Crystal Palace Glasner? Albie, you absolute diamond. Thank you so much. Thank you for gifting one membership. Albie's gifted one membership. Absolute legend. Be like Albie. Be like anyone. Be like Albie. Truly supports the channel. Thank you so much for your support on the channel. I really, really appreciate you. I really do. And it's all going towards the channel. And we will continue to grow. We've got some amazing plans for this channel, guys. You wouldn't believe what we've got coming up, honestly. And especially for the members. Thank you so much, guys. And I will be back later on. Glasner, new boss. Free at the back. That Holland signing is just what people saw and said, yeah, they put two and two together. But I don't think they'll do that. I don't think they'll do that. Fingers crossed, anyway. But guys, thank you so much. I'll see you later on, of course, for Chatterbox, of course, guys. Don't forget to smash a like on the way out. You're absolute legends. Remember that. And I'll see you later. Have a great day wherever you are in the world. I'm Sal Warner. It's Breaking Dawn. See you soon, guys. Peace.